We've changed today the journalist. There are some injuries new. Injured. Maybe injured.
Well, Javi.
Hi, hello.
Afternoon, how are you?
Afternoon, good, thank you.
Obviously a disappointing result last weekend, but every time you've had one of those since you've joined, you've always bounced straight back in the Premier League with a positive result. What does that tell us about your team, and how crucial is it that they do that again against Liverpool?
Yeah, as you say, after our last game, all of us, we are disappointed, most with the second half than with the first half, but the final of the game was for us hard to accept, you know. And after that, now we have another chance. We know there are 8 games left to finish the season, and we don't have time to complain about anything. Only try to be focused on the next game and try to do better as we did in the most part of the games we've played before. And I think it's in the way we can compete, and we are full of confidence, and we believe we can do it.
What have you made to Liverpool this season? They were involved in a great match with Arsenal last weekend. Are you concerned that may have given them a bit of a lift coming into this game?
We know how difficult it will be next game against Liverpool because they are a very good team. But as I said before, in this moment we have no time to think about if it's better or worse to play now against this team or other. We have to play, give our best, and try to get the points are in play.
Those 5 goals you conceded last weekend, it means that it's been 10 goals conceded in your last 3 games.
Yeah.
How big of a loss has Max Verber been in those games, and can you give us any indication when he might be back?
Obviously, it's something we have to improve, but the best thing for us is in the previous games we didn't concede goals, we didn't concede many chances, and then it's the best thing for us. If we work following the plan, if we respect ourselves, for sure we have a better level, defending, attacking, and competing all the games. Then is the only way we can prepare the games and we can get good results.
But not giving anything away about Max Verber.
I think we try to do our best always.
You're currently 2 points above the relegation zone, but obviously you're going to have results to watch over the weekend. How mentally strong does your team have to be? Because if those results don't go your way, you could be in the bottom 3 by Monday. So how mentally strong do they have to be to deal with those sort of psychological blows?
Yeah, it's important to be strong in this moment of the competition, but not because now we are at the bottom or 1 point ahead or behind. Is try to be focused on ourselves and try to compete the best way, to compete the way we usually do it. And if we are faithful with our plans, for sure we'll have many chances to achieve our target at the end of the season, and we are concerned about that, to achieve our target at the end of the season, not to be today or tomorrow in one better position or worse.
Great, thank you.
Thank you. Just to push you a little bit more on Max Verber, is he available for Monday or not?
Yeah, to be honest, I don't know yet. He's training some days with the team, but we have 2 days more before the game, and it's something we have to see during the next days.
You said after the Crystal Palace game that in the same way that you don't dwell on victories, you don't dwell on defeats. How much did you analyse what went wrong against Crystal Palace, or did you just draw a line under it and immediately move on?
Of course, we have to analyse the things that happened in that game, because nobody can understand how we could change so much from the first half and after playing the second half. Then it's something we have to analyze why, and after try to improve. After the game, we spoke about what we spoke in the halftime, trying to improve some details, defending set pieces. In the first half, I think we played a good first 45 minutes, but after, with more distances, not being so aggressive, not being so intense, then the spaces appeared, and in that moment the quality of Palace players as well. Then it's something, in 3 minutes we conceded 2 goals, and it was the key, and after that the third goal, it was hard to manage and very tough to manage for us. It was like a boxer when receive a punch, and it's 1, 2, 3 seconds, a little bit there. Then I think it happened something similar. It's something we have to learn for, and after that try to prepare next game.
And do you see in training this week that your players have learned? What reaction have you seen from them?
Yeah, we tried. What I can tell you is all of them have done a hard work this week and trying to pay attention, to take care of the details, the little details, because after all these things make the difference and change a game like we suffered against Palace. They worked very well this week, and I'm sure they learned from our mistakes.
How dangerous an opponent are Liverpool at the moment?
Yeah, very, very dangerous. Very good team, very well organized. They know perfectly the way they play, and it's hard to play against them. But in this moment, the importance of the games left is crucial for us, and then we don't pay attention if we play against one team or other, and pay attention to the importance of the points.
Jurgen Klopp, speaking this morning, said that he felt we have nothing to lose, we have to try new things, everything is on the table now. Mm-hmm. Do you kind of take a similar approach, or despite the second half against Crystal Palace, do you stick with the things that have been successful during your time with Leeds United, or like Jurgen Klopp is saying, we try new things? How do you approach it?
No, for us is crucial, is vital, this game. It's something we have to take advantage and try to give everything in this game. It's not a final because we have to play 8 games, but we have to live it like a final. And knowing it will be a very demanding game, but we have to give our 100%.
Last one quickly from me, just with regard to this squad, is there anybody else who will definitely be unavailable for Monday?
We have some players with some different issues, and some of them without training in this moment, but in the next days we have to evaluate them and to decide. But maybe some of them will be out of the list for the next game. Yeah.
And are any of those players people who started in the Crystal Palace game or were involved in the Palace game?
That's all.
I try.
Thank you.
Next.
Just one from me, Javi. After a defeat like that, which was such a blow as you described, are you tempted to make wholesale changes to the team? Before choose the players for the next game, or before
prepare the plan. I always try to evaluate all my players, all the games, all the training sessions, and after I decide. In this case, will not be different, but not because we are coming from this defeat or maybe we are coming from a good result, but I always try to choose. I did changes coming after a good result as well. It doesn't depend on the last result. I only try to decide and to decide the best 11 or the players after play during the game.
Hi, Javi.
Hi.
Obviously, Leeds had a 2-1 win at Anfield back in October. How much have you looked at that, and how much does that come into your preparation this week, or is it just a totally different story now? Or can you take sort of inspiration, anything from that win at Anfield?
I know. We got a good result in the first game, but now everything changed, and we have to be ready for other game. Of course, for the mentality of the players is good. They know they were able to got a good result there, but all of them know now is other game, and we have to again to be ready for a very tough game.
And just finally for me, what's it been like for you as a coach this week, trying to pick the players up, like after obviously a heavy defeat like that at the weekend? Has it been difficult to pick them up, and did they get time off to almost like forget about it and reset? And what was their mood when they came back?
I think never is easy to manage the defeat. You know, you have always you live better with the good results, but I think it's necessary sometimes to feel that disappointed and to learn to grow up. It's important to feel that experience. If you learn from it, then in this case, I think the players felt that difficult moment, and now for the rest of the season, I hope it help us for these games and to compete better.
Thanks, Javi. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi, Javi.
Hi.
You've obviously had a few days now to look back at Sunday. You and your team, I'm sure, have looked at all the video.
Sorry. Say again. Sorry.
You and your team have had a few days to look at the video now from Sunday's game, and I'm sure you've looked at a lot for the reasons why Sunday happened and what changed. Is there anything particular that stood out for you that did change or flick the switch, as it were, at half-time in that second half?
The same way I decide the players before the game to start, after during the game, I try to decide what I think is better for the team. Sometimes because one player has one yellow card, one time, like Junior in this case was with yellow card, or in other moments against Wolves, again, Junior was out because they put Adama Traoré there, and I prefer fresh legs to defend this player. You have to take many different decisions in a short time, and I believe in all my players, and these changes is not because they were playing bad in a bad way, or not, because I think we can improve, or the team needs in that moment that change, or because we don't want to take risk because one player is booked, and then I have to decide in different games. But my decisions until now are not because the players are playing in a bad way, or I believe and I trust all my players.
There was a pleasant surprise on Sunday to see Adam Forshaw in your squad. Yeah. He's obviously returned from injury. How do you see his final 8 games now? Is he fit enough to play a role for you? Do you feel he can make a difference? Will you look to use him?
I think Adam is coming from a long-term injury, and good news for us to, first of all, to have this player with us, training every day is good is healthy for the group, for all of us, and is a center midfielder that, as you know, we don't have many options in that position. Then, good news for all of us.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, we're going to move on to the embargo.